What's up, guys? It's
Johnny.
Ken. Another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. Welcome to the basement. Welcome to the Speakeasy.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
We are here.
Can I see your ID, please?
Yes. John and I are pretty hyped today. We got some new hats in. We're pretty stoked. And
love new merch.
Yeah,
love new merch.
Anyone's ever interested, let us know. You know, we can always, on our next order, we can always maybe order a couple extra. And,
Hell yeah.
You know, it's only going to be $2,000, but, you know.
That's
all
okay.
Right. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's no big deal.
We might have some shirts in the work as well.
Yeah. Pretty soon, hopefully. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, though. I think these hats that we got this time,
I'm digging the logo. I'm digging this part.
I'm liking these ones the best so far that we've gotten.
We've done hats quite a few times, and they've been different every time.
Yeah, we used to use the old Pup Suds and Grubs logo, and then we kind of said it's about that time we have to identify the podcast in itself. You know, and we kind of went that direction. And
kudos to you, man. You changed the logo quite a few times.
A couple times.
And it's better every time you do it.
Yeah, I had fun with doing this logo, man. It took me a while. Like, it didn't take me initially a while. Creating the logo itself is not the hard part. It's the tweaking that's the hard part. And it's constantly like, all right, does this work better? Our last hat, we're like, you know, the logo's a little small. We had the sound waves going around it, and I'm like, I love the sound waves, but it's kind of making our logo very small on the hat and everything. It's making the logo and the font very small because we have to put that circle around it. I'm like, if we want to present ourselves a little bit bigger, maybe it's a good idea just to omit that. And you know.
So if you can't tell, it's a hat like an old 1920s top hat,
bowler cap. Yeah.
Yep. The microphone.
Yep.
The X for the shh.
That means we're at Speakeasy.
Right?
Got to be quiet.
And the upside down bourbon glass.
Yes, which I think our buddies Jay had told us that him and Dom were discussing, like, is that supposed to be an upside down bourbon glass?
Yeah.
And the easiest way to put it is when you're watching us on YouTube and you're looking at the end credits, you can see it scrolling, and part of it's like kind of like a film strip, and it goes from upside down to straight up to upside down on the film strip, and you can might actually catch, oh, that's a bourbon glass sitting on something right there. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
We wanted to incorporate that too and do something with the bourbon in there.
And you changed it to brown as almost like our stickers. It's almost like the top of the barrel.
Yeah, it's a deeper color. It's more of a grayish, brownish, deeper kind of color. And with John's, I did get one of these ones as well, but I like yours actually better than this one because I like the way the dark works with that whole hat.
Nice. Yep.
You have that dark patch, you have the dark hat, you have the dark gray back. It flows nice, man. That's a keeper right there, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's a good one. But
kudos to you, thank you, because he's the one that does all this work. And,
I ordered it. It's just easier. I'm a little anal with things. John may not be as anal with things. Like, I have to sit for hours trying to making a design and doing it because I want it to be perfect, and especially when you're spending money on something, you want it to look the way your vision. You know, you want it to come out there. So, but yeah, I got one of these episodes I got to give the company that does these a shout out. They're on Etsy and they do good work. We've used a couple companies, but these guys, I like this because they do the stitch.
Yeah, the stitch is nice.
Yeah, the original ones we had, like the one you were wearing the last episode, that was not stitch. It's
ironed on.
Yeah, well, these are probably ironed on too, and they just have a stitch. It looks like it is stitched, but if you take it off and you see if there's a thread on the inside, then you know it's stitched through. If not, it's probably glued on, actually.
And then we got shirts coming. It's a picture of Ken with sunglasses, a blunt, and a bottle of Buffalo Trace. Those will be for sale soon.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually.
It would.
But that's not the shirt. It's going to be more like what we have as far as our logo, and then maybe a little something saying on the back. Well, we'll see. But yeah, we'll get those hopefully sooner than later.
What are we drinking today?
So I'd like to have everything that's on the shelf behind us, and this one's been sitting on my shelf for probably 3 years or something. It was up here, hence empty space. I don't know if you could see. Actually, I don't know if you could see it right there, but it doesn't matter anyways. But it's been sitting on the shelf, and I said, I think it's about time to crack that one.
It's going to expire soon, so we have to open it up.
Soon, so It just felt right. I said, let's do it. We haven't run out of bottles yet, but I got to start trying things that have been sitting on the shelf for too long. So this one I was just telling the backstory to John about this. I was at a store up in New York. It was relatively a decent price on it. It wasn't too bad. Something felt right about it. I felt like I saw it on like a Facebook group post or something, and they were saying that it's going to be distillery exclusive, and I had never seen it in the stores. I was like, you know what? I'm snagging this because it's something that I haven't seen, and it turns out you can't buy this in stores locally anymore. You can only buy this particular one at the distillery. It's a very limited release. And it's something different because this is actually a Bourye. Bourye. And we haven't had a Bourye. I actually can't recall ever having a Bourye before. So this is it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
I'm still confused by what a Bourye is. We've done a lot of ryes. Rye's always a whiskey.
Yeah.
If you're mixing bourbon with a rye whiskey, wouldn't that make it a whiskey?
Well, yeah, bourbon's whiskey anyway. So, yes, you could just call it a whiskey. This is a blend of whiskeys. You can probably figure it out. I mean, it took John a little while. But you're taking a bourbon and a rye, and you're blending it, and you're making a Bourye out of it. You're mating the two. And this one has the fictional creature, the jackalope, on it. All whiskeys in this carefully crafted blend are a minimum of 10 years old and sourced from multiple distilleries. So High West used to, I don't know if they still do, they were working on actually just creating their own whiskey. Obviously, you know, you can't get a 10-year-old whiskey if you're a new distillery because you haven't been open for 10 years. So a lot of these newer distilleries or future distilleries will just source it from MGP or elsewhere to get their blends or whatever they're doing with it, you know. It says, see highwest.com, blah, 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 details of sort of however, the proportions of Bourye is best enjoyed around a campfire while looking at the Milky Way.
That sounds nice.
Important.
I'm more of a Snickers guy than a Milky Way.
I know, me too. I like the
but
nuts.
I do like a good fire.
Jackalopes will attack if cornered or provoked. To avoid injury, quickly fall to the ground, remain calm and still, while humming the Roy Rogers song, Happy Trails to You.
Why did you say they were a fictional character?
And then it says in parentheses, we did make this up.
But jackalope's a real thing.
No, it's not a real thing.
There's the head there's one in Texas Roadhouse. It's stuffed.
Okay.
Jackalope's not a real thing?
Yeah, did they have that stuff next to the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus or what?
No. Just a jackalope.
Just
Is
a
it really not
jackalope?
a real thing?
No.
Shit.
A bunny with antlers?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You serious, Clark?
Yeah, not a real thing.
That's...
Jesus, plastic is...
Au contraire. First sentence, jackalope is a mythical animal.
Oh, so contraire. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Looks like iced tea. I got this frog in my throat I can't get rid of.
The wrapper? I think it looks like a jackalope. Anyways. Yeah, this is one kind of... I had to share it with someone, John.
It'd be me.
It'd be with Jay, but you're here, so we're gonna have it.
Yeah.
Let's give us a nose. Ooh. What am I getting? I'm getting vanilla bean. I'm being specific on this one right now. I'm not saying vanilla. I'm saying vanilla bean. It's like that very vanilla characteristic on that nose, man.
Yeah, I guess. I got a little butterscotch.
Butterscotch. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I might take back my vanilla bean, and I was thinking of butterscotch this whole time.
You swirl it around. You get almost a
cinnamon-y?
Brown sugary.
Yeah.
This tastes like it's going to be good.
It does taste like it's going to be good.
Yeah. Cheers. Is that what I said?
Yeah. Ooh.
Cheers.
The smell on this, the taste on this smells delicious.
Ooh, that's nice.
That is nice.
That's very nice.
Wow. I feel like they hit the nail on the head with what they're going for. I'm getting that bourbon, but I'm getting that rye spice.
I'm getting that rye spice. I feel like I'm getting a little tobacco, like on the back end. Like I don't know, like a cigar blendy type of. I don't know.
Kind of getting I kind of getting that tobacco-y, like raisins that have been like fermented or something. You know, I don't know. It's like
raisins that have been fermented. I mean, aren't they fermented already to become raisins?
No, they dehydrated.
No? Is that what it is?
I think it's just dehydrated. Like I feel like if you had a raisin rum or something, rum raisin. There you go.
Hey,
something like that.
Is that where it came from?
Kind of getting a little bit that hints of taste on the back end of that. Hints of that rye spice. Not overly powering.
Mm-mm.
It's not like drinking a Willet rye where you're getting that minty kind of very rye bread forward kind of taste, you know?
No, I'm digging that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, this is really good. Kudos, man.
Yeah, thanks for finally opening that.
Yeah, it only took me a couple years of us filming on the show, and that's been, I think, on the shelf every single episode. And
better late than never.
Better late than never. What movie? Come on. I'll give you a hint. The guy who said it was Cheech.
Born in East LA?
No. It's a very quick role in an 80s movie.
Cheech Marin, better late than never.
He says, better late than never.
Yeah, I don't know. You got me.
It's the Titanic. The Titanic arrived.
Oh, Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
You're right. The Titanic just put better late than never as their ghosts were walking off.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. That's great.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
That's awesome.
Awesome stuff.
Now, what's up with the bottle?
So,
looks like crystal.
I listened to, shout out to Bourbon Hunters. I listened to their podcast. They actually had, I don't know if she was.
Are they our rivals or what do we? No?
I don't know.
I don't think we have rivals.
I don't think we have rivals.
We're not
that big yet. No, they're just a couple of guys shoot the shit, talk about bourbon. They're kind of like us, where it's not always bourbon. You know, they have little side talks and this and that, and part of their thing was I don't know if the concert already passed, was promoting some concert that's nearby or whatever, and this and that. So I don't know. And they advertise too, so they're definitely much bigger than us. We don't really advertise, but
no, we need advertisers.
They have funny advertisements of manscaping, the Manscaping
nice.
brand and stuff like that. Yeah, and but they had getting off topic there, a spokesperson from High West, and the one guy asked, he's like, "Oh, are you bottles? Do you blow those glasses for those? You know, do you do the blow mold or whatever, the old school way, because it has all the things?" She's like, "No. But it must be the way the glass they use, or maybe they add sand right at the end or something,
right?
Because it has the speckles. It's
yeah,
cool.
It's got the specs. Yeah,
you don't see any other other bourbons that, at least that I know of, that have that speckly glass.
I thought maybe it was dirty, and then I touched it, and I was like, no,
nope, not dirty. They're all like that. Like, here's a Yippee-Ki-Yay, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
And I have a Midwinter's Night Dram up there, too.
That'd be cool once your bottles are done to, we were always talking about, like, making a light or a lamp or something, because with the specs on that'd be pretty cool.
I know. I have an attic full of empty bottles now because I don't want to throw them out, because I said, I'm going to do something with these, and I'm going to sell it.
Your wife keeps giving you a 30-thing list, so you can't. There's 30,
I know.
You can't.
I know. If she saw, I mean, whatever. Worst case, one day I'll fill up the bin. If I don't want to do it, I'll fill up the recycling bin. My recycling people will think I'm the biggest drunk in the world.
Yeah, party man.
Yeah, this guy can party.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. But they did a whole thing with the spokespeople there, and it was cool. It was interesting. Good podcast. Shout out to those guys. We can maybe tag them. Maybe they'll
that'd be cool
or something.
I'd love to hook up. Maybe in the future we can.
Yeah, we've been saying this for way too long. We've had people that say, "Oh, you got to record with us or do a show with us." We are the worst with it. It's because sometimes I can be a little introverted, and I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I got to talk with other people. What? Yeah. So, anywho.
So what do we got going on today?
Our topic today is Nepo babies. That is what we're talking about today. Do we feel that these kids have this advantage? What are you doing there?
We're live on Instagram as we're recording.
We are recording right now. Thanks, John, for giving me the heads up on this, by the way.
I just thought of it.
Yeah. And now we're going to get maybe one person click on it and say, what do you... This is boring.
Probably won't get any.
This is boring.
Go ahead. As we were saying, Nepo babies. Do we feel that they get an unfair advantage, or unfair to other people advantage? Do they get an advantage for being the son or daughter of someone who's famous? And it could be anyone from a sports player to an actor to a lawyer or whomever. You know, do we feel that they have an advantage? What do you think, John? I think absolutely. I mean, if you come with a name growing up and you're part of the business, you're most likely going to take on the role of that same business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got some perfect examples are the Smiths, the Kardashians. The
When he says
Jenners.
the Smiths, when you said that to me the other day in a text, and you said the Smiths, I'm like, who the heck's the Smiths? And then I looked it up, and I was like, Will Smith.
Like, to me, his kids are not talented at all.
Yeah.
But because it's his kids, he's going to get they're going to get pushed.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. You know, we're going to be giving away
What's
too
up,
much.
Jay?
We're going to be giving too much away on our podcast if we stream that for too long.
No, we won't.
Because we want people to actually watch our episode.
Yeah, watch.
Yes.
Watch.
Yeah.
Jay's on there. Bourbon and BS joined. Beard and Bourbon joined. And Tasting Bourbon joined.
We got the Jay Tasting Bourbon duo there, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Cool stuff. Just wanted to do this, see if we'd get anybody. And, bye.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
But yes, as far as...
totally fucked this up.
Yeah, I know. Because now we're like, we're losing our train of thought here. But yeah, the Smiths. So you have Will Smith, his lover, Jada Pinkett.
His lover.
and they have their interesting children that kind of...
Willow and Jaden.
Jaden, who is...
the Karate Kid.
Yeah, the Karate Kid. But he's a weirdo, man. He's a little out there.
So is she, man.
Yeah.
They're both.
They're all a little strange. And the thing is, too, like, I feel like before all the controversial stuff that happened with the slapping and all that stuff, if you met Will Smith on the street, I think he'd probably be like, hey, well, what's going on, and have a normal conversation. The guy, he's from straight out of West Philadelphia.
He was born and raised.
He was born and raised there. And, I think if you met him, he might be somewhat normal, but the company he has, I think I think him and his wife they probably did more harm than good to their kids.
Yeah, and to each other.
Yeah, and to each other. Yes, exactly. But yes, that's an example. The son became Karate Kid. I don't think he's a big actor. He's been in a couple things here and there.
Yeah, I think he's more into music now.
Yeah.
And the daughter is music, and she's not a fan.
Yeah.
She's got some weird shit that's going on.
I think probably the only normal kid might be maybe the oldest one
because you don't see him.
He was the one that he had on. He had not with Jada.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's an example. But then you have some of our older school ones, like Julio Iglesias had Enrique Iglesias.
Right.
And
Enrique Iglesias is pretty damn popular.
He is pretty popular. I would say Enrique Iglesias, maybe it's only because he's from our time.
Yeah.
I would say he might have been more popular than Julio Iglesias.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you ask those old timers, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he is my hero, baby.
Yeah.
Who else that, as far as Nepo...
we were looking older school, like Maya Rudolph. Oh, how about like Jamie Lee Curtis?
That is true.
Right?
Yes.
Her mother was Liz...
Curtis.
No, Jamie Lee Curtis' mom was...
It was famous people, regardless. Doesn't matter.
Very famous people.
Yeah.
More famous than her.
But once again, we're looking at it a little bit differently because we're talking about our time, our
place. Our time down here.
Goonies.
Their time. It's their time up there. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, we're looking more like like you said, the Smiths, the Kardashians.
So Kardashians is another one. So she. Did you see that thing recently?
Tony Curtis is her name.
Oh, Tony Curtis. Yeah.
And, Janet Leigh. She's the from Psycho. She's the one that got killed from Norman Bates in Psycho.
Yes. That thing, Ray J saying,
if I didn't do that tape with Kim Kardashian,
Oh yeah, she'd be nothing.
he's like, he's like,
If my schlong wasn't 8 feet long, she'd be a nothing.
our wardrobe would be different. And then I saw this like on TMZ, and they're like their wardrobe. And then the one girl goes, "Yeah, I wear her Spanx, the Spanx product." And she, because she basically what he was saying is she wouldn't have been anything.
Yeah.
So she obviously was something if she was, with some famous people. She had to have been. She had to get to that point somehow, some way. Her father was a famous lawyer who, But I've often heard that the mom, Kris Jenner, is the one that's really behind everything.
She put out that sex video.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would believe that. Yeah, but that's another one. And she's become. She's a pretty face and everything, but I think for that it's always been marketing. Her mom has pretty much marketed her and this and that.
The whole family.
Yeah, the whole family, every one of them, and it's a good looking family. So I guess it makes it easier for them. But yes, I guess that's a form of it in a way, because her father was a big time OJ lawyer. That trial lasted for 6 decades, and
Still going on.
yeah, I know. But then, you mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis. We want to talk a little bit more about that generation. You have Michael Douglas. Kurt Douglas, the father, and everything.
Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez.
Yes, which I think they're all technically Estevezes, right?
They are, yes.
But
Sheen is the mom's name.
Okay. But
Or in Martin Sheen's his wife's name,
wait.
I believe. Or maybe the grandmother's name.
Oh, I thought
Maybe it's Martin Sheen's mom's name.
Yeah.
It's somebody's mom's maiden name.
Yeah. I love when Charlie Sheen goes by Carlos Estevez.
Yeah, Carlos Estevez.
See, I've seen that a few times. Where you're like, okay.
I don't know if they necessarily got. I'm sure they got into business because of their father. I don't know if they got propelled because of their father. Because I'm pretty sure Charlie Sheen's probably bigger than Martin Sheen.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a big fan of Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage's real name is Nicholas Coppola.
His
uncle is Francis Ford Coppola. And his cousin is Sofia Coppola.
She directed Godfather 3 and started it.
And well, there you go. That's more nepotism right there. Because would she have been directing's got to be difficult. And she's done some good movies.
She's done a lot of movies.
Yeah, some good, decent movies. But kudos to Nicolas Cage for not taking the name and trying to do it on his own.
I believe his first movie, I don't know if it was, not Valley Girls, might have been the movie before that.
Yeah.
He had that name he was like an extra in something. And he had that name. At the end, it was like Nicholas Coppola. But yeah, he changed that real quick.
Yeah, after he became no. But yes, there's people like him. Then you have someone like... But a lot of them are good. You have Bryce Dallas Howard, Ron Howard's daughter. Mm-hmm. And I think she's an amazing actress. When I first saw Signs, and not Signs, The Village.
The Village.
Yeah. And Lady in the Water, she was the main character. I'm like, wow. Both M. Night Shyamalan films. Spider-Man.
Would she have been an actress if her father wasn't
That
in the business?
is the real question. Would she have been a star actress if her father wasn't in the business? Now, is there something wrong with that, though?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. To me, use your parents' fame, use your friends' fame, use whoever you can to become just as famous or more,
Well, and a lot of these actors, they'll say, the ones that started it all, for instance, like Ice Cube, his son actually played him in the movie NWA. Yes. And his son said, like, I wear it like a badge. My father earned it. He worked hard for it, and I'm just carrying on the tradition.
Right.
And, that's what a father would want. You're taking something I worked hard for, and you're taking advantage for yourself for something I did that could hopefully last from generation to generation.
Absolutely.
You're keeping it going.
Look at Michael Gandolfini. Playing a young version of his father in, Many Saints of Newark.
What is with Facebook? I have been getting friend requests friend suggestions.
People you would know.
Yeah, like people you would know, and it's him.
Michael Gandolfini?
Yeah.
You know him?
No. And Joseph Pantaleone. It's another one. It says people you may know on Facebook, and I'm like...
You have a mutual friend? Or maybe it's just going on Soprano?
I have no idea.
That's funny.
It's so weird.
unless they're fake, which they could be.
Could be.
But yes, but he's not really big. I don't think he's ever going to get big.
No, I don't
unless
think
he's
so
doing
either.
anything soprano related.
But I think it's pretty cool that he got to do that.
Yeah, yeah, they picked him because I had listened to back to Ice Cube. I had listened to him on Joe Rogan the one time, and he was talking about his son, and unless it was his son that was on the show, regardless, and he was saying how he basically didn't take what he actually to play the role of him in NWA. Because, that was it. His father, Ice Cube, said, you got to earn that role, I'm not just giving this to you. He's like, and the son, went all out. And his father said, listen, not for nothing. He's like, he was the best one,
Good.
He worked his ass off. He's like, and that's the thing. He's like, if you're going to do this, you got to work. You got to do it. You have to be better than the other people. He's like, because I'm going to pick someone else,
You got to be better than, that's a big role.
Yeah.
You're doing your father. You almost got to be better than him.
Yes, exactly. And but then he went on to do so obviously he did a good job because he went on to do other things.
I don't remember him in anything else.
Oh yeah, no, he's been on shows
Has
and
he?
things like that.
Good.
But now I note another one. We're going into the comedy, black comedy. Damon Wayne's son.
Yeah, his son's funny. I saw him actually do stand up live. He's a funny dude.
Who's actually Damon as well.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah.
He had his own show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he is good. And then you have some people who are back to singers. You have Miley Ray Cyrus.
Cyrus, yeah.
Yeah.
Miley Ray Cyrus.
I'm thinking I was going to say Billy Ray
Billy-
Cyrus, but yeah, Miley Cyrus. Who do you think her father has any regrets for being a part of that and stuff? Only because
she's fucking raunchy now.
yeah, she got a little loosey goosey.
Yeah. Nah, he's a weirdo too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But then Miley Cyrus, and then she's got a sister that's a singer too as well.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Who the one time I was listening to I listened to Pandora, and it's a lot of indie artists, and I saw an artist pop up. It said, I don't forget her sister's name. Forgot something Cyrus, and I was like, and they had a picture of her album. And I'm like, that kind of looks like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I looked it up, and I was like, while I was driving, on my phone, and I was like, that is her sister. That's crazy,
Yeah.
She was pretty good though. It was pretty good singer. But yeah, there's to go a different direction.
It goes right into sports as well.
Sports,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
Who's some? The other day I was watching basketball. They said Tim Hardaway's son or something like
Tim
that.
Hardaway Jr. has been in the league for years. Yeah.
I'm like, I've been out of the game for a
Yeah.
while.
No, he's been in the league for. And you got LeBron James' son Bronny coming out of college.
Yeah.
He's gonna get drafted this year.
Yeah.
I don't think he's very good.
hmm
But he's going to get drafted higher because of his name and who his dad is.
So that's another thing. Are they getting that advantage now
He's
because of
definitely
the
getting
name?
that advantage.
Yeah.
Him personally, yes.
Yeah. But you have to be a good athlete to at least get this far.
Baseball's huge. So baseball, you have, there's so many. Bobby Witt Jr. is one of the up-and-coming, I think it's his second year, best shortstops in the league. Kid's having an amazing season.
Mm-hmm.
His dad was Bobby Witt, senior, obviously. You got Vlad Guerrero. His son is, he's a Hall of Famer with the Angels. His son's kicking ass over on the Blue Jays. He's really good.
Is Cal Ripken?
Well, Cal Ripken was, his father was
He was
a player,
he was a
and
player?
a manager, and
Oh,
his
he
brother
was.
Billy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the Billy Ripken, Cal's brother, is famous for not being a baseball player, which he was. There was a baseball card back in the 80s, and he was holding a bat, and the bat had "fuck you" carved into it.
Oh,
And it became a Topps card. And when they discovered it, they fixed it. But if
Yeah.
you can get that card
Oh,
with that bat that says "fuck you,"
yeah. Nice money. Yeah, it's crazy.
but yeah, all the old school. So all the players that I watched in the 90s, like my earlier generation, their kids are starting to play.
Yeah.
That makes me feel really old.
Yeah. It's nuts when you start seeing these players.
Tim Hardaway Jr., like you mentioned,
Yeah.
that was our generation of watching
Was
these guys.
Does John Stockton have a kid too that plays? Maybe
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
think. I'm thinking.
I think
of one thing.
Vladi Divac does.
Vladi. He died, didn't he? No, that was Petrovic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in baseball, I mean, the Blue Jays itself, they have Craig Biggio's son. Like I said, Vladi Divac, not Vladi Divac's son, Vlad Guerrero's son. There's so many kids now that are coming up that are actually, they're pretty damn good.
Yeah. But once again, when it comes to athletics, I think it's a little bit different because you really have to be.
You're pushing your kids to do
Yeah,
that type of stuff.
and they have an amazing coach. If you're someone like LeBron's kid, you have someone that is one of the best players in the league, and they could teach you how to do it and everything. And but yeah, what do you have? Like,
definitely have an advantage.
like, what if Shaq had a kid though that was like 5'5"? Like something happened there, say it was really the mailman's kid, and like I don't know if would they be able to do it. I wonder. You still have that great teacher, but. I don't know. Maybe.
With the same size schlong. 5'5" with it. Yeah, no, I mean,
So you don't hate on them?
I don't hate on it at all, man.
Yeah.
You take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Get as far as you can.
Well, a lot of people do. They hate on it. They're jealous of it. They say it's not fair. They're only getting something because of their parents or whatever. And
I mean, your parents put in the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're putting in the work as well. I mean, they're not just going to take you because your name. You have to have some type of talent.
Well, then you have like Kanye West's daughter who dressed up as a lion in Lion King or something like that, and she had to sing and she did not do a good job.
What, like the school play?
No, it was like some show, Broadway or something. It was like celebrities in it, whatever it was. It was a bunch of celebrities that were part
Kids
of it.
that old?
Yeah, I guess she might be like
Is that Kardashian and Kanye?
yeah, maybe I don't know, 10 or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. So you have that. You have Beyonce's Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy.
Yeah. So there's some out there that are trying to get their kids to.
I honestly think it's more on the music side.
Yeah.
Where I think they get a push, even though maybe they shouldn't sometimes.
Yeah. The name helps. The name always will help. For instance, like another, go back to acting, Colin Hanks. He's good though. I like Colin Hanks.
Yeah.
I think he's your age, a couple years older than me, but yeah, he's good. I just watched that show, where that, what the hell's the name of it? The little girl got kid, like it was two families. They like went to a Mormon church together, and they got to know this guy and his family, and the guy like kidnapped their daughter twice, like repeatedly did things and all this. He gave her the story that aliens will kill your family if you don't do that. It was pretty sick, actually.
It's a movie?
They have the show, and then they have an actual documentary with the lady grown up and everything.
Oh,
And
interesting.
Colin Hanks had played Anna Paquin, where they were the parents.
Well, I like Anna Paquin.
Yeah, so they played the parents.
True Blood.
And watch it. Yeah, watch the series.
What's it? It's Netflix?
Was it Netflix or Hulu or something? One of those ones. It's one of the big ones, I think.
Find me the name.
Yeah.
You tell me to watch it, I watch it.
Yeah. I'll look while you're telling me about this beer.
Well, we got this beer from Jay. Our buddy Jay went up to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And he stopped over at the famous Treehouse. And he brought back a lot of goodies.
Oh, yeah.
So we were recently at his house. I went into his fridge and made myself a little 4-pack, mixed 4-pack. And this is one of the ones that I took, and I figured, why not bring it on the show?
Yeah. I mean, anything Treehouse is always going to be freaking fantastic.
Absolutely. And I smell it, and I'm like, oh.
Sorry to interrupt you real quick. A friend of the family.
A friend of the family.
22 drama. Oh, it's on. Actually, I watched it on Peacock, your account.
Oh, so I should just go in there and be like, what have you recently watched? And just start from the beginning.
I watched it on Johnson. It's Peacock. Yeah, it's that story. If
Okay, cool.
After you'll be mind boggled after watching that, because you're like, wait a second. This poor little girl's parents were so naive, so like
two, though? Like too stupid?
One of the things, the guy was supposed to be in therapy, and he's like, my therapist told me that I need to listen to something on the headphones while laying with a 6-year-old girl in the bed. It was like...
And the people were like, all right, take our 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Girl. Go ahead,
oh, my God.
She'll come over.
You'll be pulling your hair out. Like, are you that stupid?
Yeah, it's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah. So back to the Treehouse.
Right.
Sorry.
So this is called In Perpetuity.
Uh-huh.
Perpetuity? Perpetuity.
Perpetuity.
It's an American IPA coming in at 6.7%.
It's like Mr. Wonderful, he always says. and I'll take this in perpetuity or the Shark Tank.
Yeah. Whatever. It's,
Anyways.
It's Treehouse. It's got to be good.
Nose.
Beer.
Ooh, getting that.
Treehousey.
Nice. Hoppy.
Now, this says American IPA.
Yeah.
When I looked at it, I originally thought, I guess I had West Coast in my mind, so I was thinking
Yeah.
golden.
Yeah.
This is far from that, though.
No.
This
That's
smells-
nice. But all Treehouse kind of has that little haze to it, you know?
Yeah.
These are like OGs, though, you know, Treehouse. Cheers.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jay. Ooh.
That's nice.
It's like a nice. You could say, "Wow, that's definitely Treehouse," but then it's got that linger at that end, man, which is a little bit outside their game. I feel like it's a little bit more of that bitter linger that I'd be used to from a Treehouse, where it just really hangs. You get in that piney kind of hoppy kind of linger on that, but that's good, man. Solid stuff from Treehouse. Well, once again, it's hard to find something from Treehouse that you don't like.
Yeah, 100%.
Stouts to IPAs to American IPAs or whatever it may be, you know.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever had like a Treehouse Pilsner.
I'm sure we have.
Yeah, we've had to have, right?
Yeah, sure. Even if it's at one of our beer
I mean,
shares.
even at his house, he was pulling up some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like peachy beers and
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. But I hear they're a little weird up there, though, right? You need like a ticket, and
Yeah, I don't know. When they start making things complicated, I kind
it's
of.
not fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's all right.
I would still one day like to take the ride just for myself.
I
just
know.
To see
It's
it.
one of those things I can't just go up there just for that. I have to go up
Yeah,
there
there's
for
gotta be
a
other
few
stuff.
things. If I'm going to go to Trillium or if I was going to go somewhere else, then yeah.
Right.
Hill Farmstead or wherever on the way up or anything. It'd have to be like kind of multiple
Yeah.
places. Yeah. So, as far as our topic, Nepo, anything else you want to chime in on that? Any other people you can think
No,
of
I
off
mean-
the top of your head?
Like I said, there's a lot of baseball players, football players. You got like Patrick Mahomes.
So, John and I also talked about this prior to recording. We mentioned, are there any athletes who are actually better than their parents? Now, John had mentioned LeBron's son. Maybe he still has more time to go, and we'll see. Will he become as good as his father was, if not better? And then we said, are there any athletes who are better than their parents? Now, Patrick Mahomes' father was a baseball player.
Baseball player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Played for the Mets. He was a pitcher.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not a baseball fan, so I really don't know too much about him, and nor does Mahomes play baseball as a professional career. Obviously, he played when he was younger, but
I think he got drafted for baseball, though. I think
Yeah.
he could have had his pick, which a lot of guys did. Tom Brady could have had his pick.
some of them do both of it.
Russell Wilson got drafted by the Yankees.
Yeah. But some of them do both. I mean, look at Deion Sanders,
Bo.
Bo Jackson, Bo Diddley.
I think that's it, though.
Yeah. And, there's some out there that have done it. And maybe it's just too much. Maybe they want to put all their focus in on one so that, they're not all over the place, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll have to say, I don't care how good his father was at baseball, Patrick Mahomes is probably a much better athlete than his father was.
Best
Yeah.
VC, absolutely.
Yeah.
What about siblings, not just parents? Like, what about the Quades? You got Randy and Dennis.
Yeah, dude, we talked about that too. Yeah, we talked about that. Is one sibling getting more like the Gyllenhaals? Like Jake Gyllenhaal was kind of pretty big with Donnie Darko, and then his sister Maggie Gyllenhaal, got into some roles or whatever. And
She's been in a lot of stuff. Absolutely.
yeah, she has been. She has been. Actually, I think she was in Donnie Darko. I think she played his sister in Donnie Darko as well.
Back to Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Yes.
Charlie Sheen had definitely a way bigger career
Men
than
at
Emilio.
Work.
Yeah, they
Did
were
he?
even together.
Did he?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, Outsiders. Emilio Estevez has been in this game for some time, man. He's been doing it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they were also in Young Guns together.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's been doing it just as
Emilio
long, I feel
has.
like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the Outsiders, although I think Charlie Sheen was he was the better looking brother, I would say, and he kind of like had the
Emilio Estevez is the guy that you don't hear from. He was quiet.
Yes.
I mean, he's a Brat Pack kid.
Yes.
Which actually,
There's a show about that,
a
right?
A new documentary
Yeah,
about
I gotta
Andrew
watch
McCarthy
that.
just came out. I believe it's on Hulu,
Yeah, I gotta check that
and
out.
it's about the Brat Pack. Yeah, I gotta watch that too.
All the John Hughes films like Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles,
Those same
Breakfast
kids.
Club.
Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe,
Yeah. Ducky.
Ducky.
Was Ducky part of the? No, he probably wasn't cool enough.
Who's
Probably.
Ducky?
Ducky. He was in 16. What's the actor? He was with that show with Charlie Sheen. What was the show he did? 3 Men.
Oh yeah, no. John Cryer.
Yes.
We talk about John Cryer.
That was Ducky.
I don't
Ducky.
think he's. I don't think he's a Brat Pack kid.
Well, I'm joking because he was the outcast in that movie. So.
And he was in. He was in those Brat Pack movies in a couple of them.
Yeah.
But the girls, you got Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael
3.5
Hall.
Men. 2.5 Men.
3.5 Men.
3.5.
3.5 Men.
No, 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
2
Yeah,
men.
yeah. 2 men and a kid. Yeah.
2.5 Men. That was it. Sorry, I didn't really watch that show too much.
I didn't either.
And then Charlie got the AIDS, and then that all changed. I think. Right? Did he? No, I think he got the AIDS after he.
I don't know.
He got the HIV, whatever. I'm sorry. I sound like an asshole right now, but
The funniest thing is I've ever seen with that is the shirt with Mike Tyson, and he's pretending to bite him.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom of it, it's him like this. Mike Tyson goes, "I could have got AIDS with AIDTH." It's so funny. I could have got AIDS.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think Miley Cyrus is bigger than her father.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned Enrique before. I don't know.
I think he may
He's like
be
more in that Spanish music genre. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I definitely think Miley Cyrus is definitely bigger than Billy Ray. Billy Ray had that one song. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But I don't find anything wrong with it.
Now here's another one I'm going to throw. And then when we're talking, we're not necessarily now we've went from Nepo babies to Nepo siblings, and now I'm going to even stretch it even further, and I'm going to say Nepo spouses. Do you think are there any spouses out there? Do you think that Johnny Depp's ex-wife would have been as popular maybe if, And speaking of which, his daughter is another one.
His daughter's another, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know because I feel like they meet each other already doing that. Like I feel like they don't get married and then make.
Yes, but because they're more in the spotlight, has their role become bigger? Or look at, Travis Kelce. Come on, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is huge in that world. She just brought him into her world, which is probably a little bit bigger for a lot of that. Her followers,
But he did bring her into his and made football this crazy
exactly
thing now. So
goes both ways.
It goes both ways with that. I see.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, we can go on forever with this. There's tons
it's not
of
even celebrities. It's people who've owned diners and pizzerias and for generations upon generations upon generations.
But you kind of want, in that case, say you have a pizza place you love, you want that to continue.
Absolutely.
There's no jealousy. There's no nothing. You're like, no, I like this food. I want to keep eating it forever.
Even if I was a professional baseball player, I would love for my kid to play baseball.
And then who was, I was going to mention two real quick, Kravitz, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz. It's Lisa Bonet and Lenny.
Do you know he's been celibate for the last 10 years?
Good for him.
He's just like,
not even masturbation?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Maybe we can get him on the show.
I'll ask him next time.
Is that by choice?
I think he there was scandals with his, I guess, ex or something, and he, I don't know if he cheated on her and this and that, and he's like, this has become, I've become so absorbed in that and sex and all that stuff that he was kind of, maybe I need to get that out of my life. It's poisonous or whatever, and and
what a fool.
Yeah. But he was also now Lenny Kravitz was the son of some rich Jewish tycoon, and his mother was on the Jeffersons.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that I didn't know.
And he's cousins with Al Roker as well.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Look at you with all the information.
Yes.
Wow. I think you're making it up.
No, his mother was, I think, something Roker, and yeah.
Interesting.
On the Jeffersons, and so he came from it himself. So basically, that tradition.
He came from himself.
He finally came.
He finally came in himself, all over himself. He was celibate for 10 years, and he came all over himself.
Oh God, kids, please do not listen to this. So yeah, it can go on and on.
No. And like I said, I don't blame them. Use your family stardom as far as you can go, man.
So as far as John and I and our opinions on this go, we don't really necessarily frown on it. If someone was really bad, maybe like I mentioned, Kim Kardashian's daughter with Kanye West, apparently, and I heard it, she was pretty freaking bad on stage. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and that's the thing they said also about Beyonce's daughter when she was dancing for her. They said, oh, she's not that good, but then she worked her arse off and became. By the end of the tour, they said she was doing fantastic. So who knows?
If you're working your ass off and you're improving and you're getting where you are because of you, go for it.
Yes, I guess in a way, having a celebrity relative or parent or spouse or whomever it may
Makes
be
it easier,
will
but
only
it's
get you so
so
far. But then you have to take that gift and say, "This is what I can bring to the game."
Right. I mean, hopefully one day my daughter and your son will be sitting here and they'll be cheering and
Yes,
these same bourbons will still be here and they'll be drinking them.
I don't know. I don't know if that'd be a good thing.
That'd be real weird.
Oh, they're cousins, but
Well, I wasn't talking about anything.
No, but they,
Shit, get your mind out of the gutter.
No, what are you talking about? Gosh, I've known people who. Is this weird? Now we're getting off topic. I've known people who have had come into a marriage from like divorce, like two divorcees came together, and like family members, like a cousin or something, got married.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
They're not. It's not blood.
It's not blood, no, but it's still like, oh, you're my new cousin,
Boyfriend,
husband. Yeah.
Then your kids have like 4 fingers and like 3 ears.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't like it was like later on in life too, where they were kind of like, oh, I'm single, you're single, and this and that. But
Let's mingle.
Yeah, it's always interesting.
Anywho,
I mean, what's his name? Was it one of the presidents was married to his cousin? Was it Roosevelt or one of them? I don't know. Franklin Roosevelt. One of
it's
those.
not your sister.
Yeah. Well, we're thankfully have come a long way since then. So.
Yeah. Unless you're the ones out in West Virginia. What are those people?
Or Lenny Kravitz.
Or Lenny Kravitz. Yeah.
He hasn't come a long time.
Yeah.
But,
10
years. On that note, shout out High West. Awesome. He's pointing this way. I'm pointing this way. He's pointing this way. High West. I'm so stoked that I opened this one, man. This one was
really good.
Pleasant surprise.
Yes.
Treehouse. Jay, thanks for hooking us up with this. Appreciate it, buddy. We got to get you back on here sometime soon. And Johnny, thanks for bringing that, and thanks for everything. And
thank you. Thanks for opening that Bourye.
The Bourye, yeah. Cheers, John. Cheers to you.
Cheers. Peace.